That's it. Can I help you? See, and this is why I can never get anything done, because there's always something.
Aren't you lifting?
Why don't you wait? Why don't you want to say hello to the camera? It's actually on.
Hi.
What's going on, brother? Nice to meet you. Nick.
Are you guys just got ourselves a brand new bar, and it was actually brought to us by one of our own members. It's pretty cool. Just so happens he came and deadlifted yesterday, and it's time for me. Let's go.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna try this. Let's see here. Check this out. I don't know how these people do this. Boom. All right, so we're gonna try this out today. Just gonna give you kind of an idea of what my workout looks like. Everybody's is gonna be a little bit different. The reason being is I'm gonna start putting out some plans. I don't want to get oversaturated with this. I really don't have the time for it, but I want to give some people that an opportunity that are wanting some plans from me, because I've been asked about it before in the past, and you know, give you guys the opportunity to kind of personal train with me, but in a one-on-one fashion virtually. So I will have that available. Just keep up to date. Keep up with my Instagram. That's probably where I'm going to put it out first. So here we go. I'll give you an idea of how my workout goes today. My lifts right now are mostly powerlifting motivated. So today's gonna be my back day, and I start off with deadlifts. So we're gonna go ahead and prep for the deadlifts. Time wise, we're looking at about 12:52, and the goal with these workouts for me to be done in an hour or less, obviously. So it's usually going to take about a half-hour dedication to the main lift, and then everything else superset with accessory movements for back. I think that's it. So let's go ahead and go. This is gonna be really weird if somebody walks in. But hold up. Because other words, they're gonna take off this video, copyright, blah blah blah. So right now, I don't even know the weight that I'm going to. I think last time I did 315, and I was only supposed to be doing 305 for 5 sets of 8. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm still trying to keep my volume to escalate, to continue to grow every single block. But this is all experimenting for me, so it's kind of based on me building my own plan. So let's say, so divide by 0.9 times 0.7 times 5 times 5. All right, so for deadlifts, approximately on my last block where I was doing 5 sets of 5, my volume was about just under 12,000. So my goal as I bring up the reps, still keep my sets at 5, but to still hit that volume regardless. So just kind of based on my training, hoping that strength-wise is still going to be fairly close to what it was before this cut. Technically, I'm only down about 6 pounds from when I hit 600, but I think there was an immediate increase in weight thereafter. So we're just experimenting. So where I'm going to be at, if I was supposed to be at 305 last week, yep, that puts me at 12,200. So what I'm going to do is 315. So it puts me up about 7 pounds. Because I already did 315, obviously I want to always do more. I'm just going to go ahead and add 5 pounds to this and continue with the 5x8. So this is still my warm-up set, so we're going to go ahead and do this. I'll add on 50, do a couple there, and then go ahead and add on the 315 plus the additional 5 on each side, and we'll go for 8s. Here's my weightlifting belt. There's no brand name to it. This is one of the buckles that, I forget what the name was for it. But it was purchased on Amazon, and it was one of the most purchased ones that was on there. So I've used it. I mean, I've only really started regularly lifting with the belt this past 9 months. And it's held up. I mean, because I've gained weight, I've had to adjust it a slot open. And I had a local leather guy right down the street make some slight adjustments to it. The biggest thing was this ridge. Because I cut it with a straight edge, it was super sharp and kind of digging into my gut. So he rounded off the edges, and then I forget what they call it, but pretty much you wax the edge to make it nice and smooth, and it kind of gives it that nice brown kind of look to it. But it's held really well for me. You're gonna see in my videos, I wear my belt quite a bit higher than most everybody else does. And two things, when I bend and I have the belt closer to my waist, it digs into my hips and does not feel comfortable at all. In addition to that, where my back bends in a lift, the majority of the time, is actually up on a higher spot in the spine. So I choose to wear it a little bit higher, and I feel super secure and tight when I use it there. So that's it. So we're gonna go ahead and warm up with this 285. I'm gonna only do maybe 3 or 4. Take a little bit longer break, prep myself for the 325, and then we'll get right into working sets. By the way, you saw me look at my phone or my watch. It's because I got a text message or a notification. Somebody asked me a message on Facebook about the weight house. Very typical of my day, especially during the workout. I know, people say you got to make that time for you and figure those times out. It's important, absolutely 100% is. But what's important to me is making sure that this place continues to grow and that I can still get shit done. So I've got, like I said, I stopped myself at an hour, and I've got 55 minutes. So I've got a couple minutes in between each of my reps to go and answer this. So I'm gonna go ahead and read it. I'm probably gonna get this warm-up set done and out of the way, set up the working set, and then I'll go ahead and respond, and then go from there. She is a pretty general question, so just seeing if she's wanting personal training or membership. So, one of the things that's overlooked at a lot, and you saw me just load these on by holding the bar instead of actually rolling it on these. This thing, especially if you're going heavy, guys, use it, put it in front of that first plate, roll it on, and you'll see it gives you some gap, so then that way you can easily load on those secondary plates and third plates and so on and so forth. So, do as I say, not as I do, I guess. You make me feel amazing when I'm next to you. You make me feel so crazy. hopefully is over. At least for now. So I can finish this up. I've already lost about 20 minutes. It's 1:19. And I gotta finish these sets. I've completed one set. Got 4 more to go.
Put you on this golden throne, but I'm a little stronger now. You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now.
I'm gonna use straps for the rest of these because you can see some of the metal's coming off of my hand already.
'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now.
A lot more confident in this. Being that there's about 5 inches.
A little stronger now. A little stronger now. You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now.
I got 2 more sets of these, 8 reps each, and then my boy that actually bought the bar wants to see the thing bend. I'm not gonna go crazy, but I might do a 405 pull, and if I'm feeling gravy, I'll go ahead and do a 5 pull. Just have a little bit of fun with the bar, only if I feel good. My back's feeling okay, slightly tight, but we'll just kind of see how these next 2 go. With the straps, I'm able to pull a lot more slack out of the bar and trust that my back's got me, I guess. So I feel a lot more confident in it. That I just my calluses are just so jacked up. That bar is kind of pushing the callus into my bones, which doesn't feel good. So we've got it's 127. I think I'm gonna finish this in time, but let's see.
I'm a broken home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go. I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls.
So we got 1 more set, full 8 more reps. I'm gonna do it the same way and kind of get through it. And then I'm gonna take off the 5s that are on there. I'm gonna throw on another plate. I'm probably gonna rest a second, minute, pull that just once, and then go ahead and put 5 on and just see if it feels gravy. And then the worst part of deadlifts and squats, even if you're putting 2 plates on each side, 3 plates, 4 or more, it's a lot of work to get all that shit off the bar, put it back. It becomes an annoyance. So what I do, as long as nobody else is in here, I actually leave it there. Get started on my next set, and then as my break, so it's an active break, active rest, I then unload a plate or 2, get on to the next set, so on and so forth. So we're gonna go ahead and I think that's plenty enough. We'll go ahead and finish these next 8, and then go from there. We are at we're at 131.
so I could feel something else. Yeah, I guess I had my bad days, but it doesn't mean I lost my style. Where were you when my heart was on the ground? I thought time would prove that you would stick around. I guess time stands still, a king without his crown. Now I'm breaking and you're faking, girl. You never laid us out. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm done with yesterday.
Alright. Wasn't too lazy to go over there. I'm gonna load the fire on there. For 505. That felt good.
Alright, so it's now 1:40. It's gonna be borderline impossible to finish my workout because the next portion is super difficult. So actually what I'm gonna do is rest my lower back. I'm gonna take a little post-workout, just a little pre-made shake, and get some office work done, unload all that crap, and then once I finish with that, it's just a little gym showing. Shouldn't be more than 15-20 minutes. Finish up my workout, so I've got a half hour. I'll be done by 2 o'clock at the very latest. Then go home, eat, shower, and then come right back. And that's it. That's kind of the nature of the game. For me at least. You know, everybody else does it a little bit differently. You know, I refuse to hire anybody unless I absolutely need to. Could somebody help right now? Yeah, absolutely. But I feel like as of right now, I've got it under control to a point. So that's kind of how my days go the majority of the time. And speaking of, I got to get back to the text message from the girl. I saw her respond. So as usual, I was in a rush for my workout. I don't know if I posted it in the rest of the segment or not, but I had an appointment at 2, and then I got a few questions about the club while I was working out. So I actually ended up stopping the workout, doing my deadlifts, stopping the workout, kind of cleaning up, excuse me, to make sure I was ready for my appointment at 2. And afterwards, got into the workout, finished it up. It was really not, it was productive because it's better than nothing, but I just wasn't feeling it, and I hate those workouts. I know they're better than nothing, and for me it's more frustrating because this was the second back day in a row. I don't know if it's just the day that it falls on or what, but regardless, it's done. What I ended up doing afterwards, and that was kind of the whole reason why I wanted to make this second video, is just so you know that I did the workout. If I had time, I could go check a segment from the videos, but I ended up doing 2 triple sets, and that's really what all of my workouts have been ever since I started cutting. It's your main movement. So again, because I'm doing more emphasis on powerlifting, my main movement today was deadlifts. Then I cycled it with 2 movements and then like an active rest. So the first segment was, so you're kind of triple setting them all together. The first one was lat pull down wide grip. My hands, I think I complained about it in the other video, they're jacked up, and that bar really was pushing my calluses into my bone even more. So it made it rough, man. It's been a while since I've hurt that much from holding the bar. So I had to wear straps on those lat pull downs, and I paired that with cable rows essentially, but with this type of cable row, instead of putting it together with a close or neutral grip, I ended up having a handle on each side of the post and then pulling in, so it's a little bit different activation. Then paired it with jump rope. And with the jump rope, pretty much I'm doing about 50 jumps. Trying to do those as this is a client of mine tonight canceling again last minute. So 50 of those consecutively, 5 sets, and I'm doing 10 reps on each of the back pulls. Once I finished each of those 5 sets, went on to the next set, and that set was again 3 movements. I kept the jump rope as my active rest. The first 2 was bent over reverse grip row, and consecutive again 10 reps, and then paired with straight arm pull downs. And that's probably one of my favorite back exercises. When you find the right weight on that movement, you kind of feel your muscles in your back. You feel like each part of your back activating as it's needed all the way to the bottom. So it's like from the top, you kind of feel this kind of movement along your spine on where it's moved. And you'll see when people get really heavy with that movement, they kind of arc there at the top, because that's the part that's being called for in that movement. What up, kids? And then paired it with jump rope. So that's technically my 5 movements paired with jump rope, and then that was workout, guys. Wish I had more movements for it, but that's all I got. Legs?
No, I did like yesterday.
Oh, wow. What was I gonna say? So that was it. I think what I'm gonna start doing is recording the movements. Whether anybody's out there or not, I really got to get used to that. This discomfort of having this thing out there. I feel like it's an annoyance for others, and I don't want to disrupt their workout. So I got to get over that. I also got to get a better tripod. Yeah, and that's it, guys. As for my cut, a little cut update. I yesterday weighed in at 208.6, I think. This morning was 209.4. Again, for me, I end up like going up and down, but if you average it out, you'll see a steady decline. I'm feeling really, really like flat today, so I'm gonna guess, tomorrow's gonna be quite a bit lower. I don't want to go any lower than 207, so if we're in there, then that's fine. I ate the majority of my calories already as well, so we'll just kind of see as the day progresses. For the rest of the day, I've only got 2 more clients, that's not including the one that canceled on me. And then that's it. Can I help you? See, and this is why I can never get anything done, because there's always something.
Aren't you lifting?
Why don't you wait? You want to say hello to the camera? It's actually on. Hi. What's going on, brother? Nice to meet you, Nick.
Are you
I'm YouTubing. Boom. I just need your ID, pretty please.
Are you lifting?
I already did. I had to get it out of the way
You
earlier.
said that you could bill it to me, and then you just this is the second time.
Dude, man, the business comes first, bro. I can't live with your crazy schedule. But in 4 days, I got a deadlift again. It's a power bank. All right, you want to pay cash or card?
I got it.
Oh, you know it? All right, cool. I don't know what y'all do for him, but he pays for all of y'all. Justin, come here. Oh, slacker. Oh, he's gonna go on the bike. All right. Nope. I'll bug him later. Up there by the front, you'll see that shelf. You can line it up across the wall. That's fine. That's pretty much it. So my day is broken up like that. So that's why this has been, other than it's super awkward and I don't know how to talk to a camera. But this is what happens on a daily basis. It's a one-man operation here. And I've got to find a way to just like carry this around with me and just do it. There's got to be somebody that's interested in this. I've had a lot of people ask me about like how I started up and what was needed in the process. So, you know, that part's easy. If you can find the money to get that part, that's the easiest part. Building it, having this idea, writing it out, and then having that money to do it. That's the easy part. I mean, it's hard to have the money, but that's the easy part, to build it. To make this thing work. When I look out there and I see 6-7 people out there lifting, that is what makes me know that this thing works. And everyone's happy. Always. So, anyways, I think I'm finally in it. As always, guys, if you didn't like this video, why not? How about you leave a comment below on why you didn't like it? And if you're not already, go ahead and subscribe, guys. I'm hoping to have some really cool content in the future. Things that will help you guys in the gym, whether you're a beginner, whether you're more advanced, or if you're more specific in regards to what you're looking for. I'm working on some programs for that. I am also working. I'm going to be training. I'm going to be doing some online coaching. I'm not going to be doing a ton of it. It's not really what I want to do. I want to be able to affect more people as I possibly can, but also still making sure I'm able to devote time to them and make sure everything's not so cookie cutter. The first plan will be more of a specific plan, and we all start at the same time, so that way we can kind of track each other. And then from there, it'll be a little bit more individual, depending on the time, or I may find another coach to help with that and help guide all of the clients from that point forward. So I'm looking forward to what's coming on in the future, guys. As always, love, peace, and calories. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of this. Until next video, have a great day.